Hello everyone, my name is Dobby, covered in floss, here on YouTube, and unapologetically Dobby on Instagram. My pronouns are she, her, and this is my channel about cross stitch. So if you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and if you're new here, I really hope that you are going to like what you see here and that you're going to stay and maybe even consider subscribing. Feel free to do all the YouTube things. So today is the 30th. The 30th. Jesus, we're starting very nicely. The 30th of November, and it's been 3 weeks since my last video. I stitched a lot, and actually I have 2 finishes, and also something that you might be surprised by, because I also have a fully finished object, and this is not something that happens very often. So let's get into it. So my fully finished object, it's a minute and a half and I'm already talking about stitching. Who am I? I don't know. My fully finished object. So I was mentioning that before, that I was stitching that for my friend who is French, and I stitched something for her. Then I wasn't sure about the colors, but then I came across a perfect, absolutely perfect frame for that, and with a bit of creative inspiration, I also did a mat for that. So it's just like, I'm just going to show you. So this is the boho stitcher, and it's same shit every day, but in French, so it sounds a bit better. And as you can see, I got, because if we can, yes, I think that it's catching that. I stitched that on the opalescent 28 even weave. Yeah, you can see the sparkle. So when I saw this frame, I was just like, okay, we can work with that. And when I got the frame, and I was just like trying with the finished piece in that, the mat here was absolutely super boring. It was white and it didn't work with anything. If I left it without that, that would also look not very good. So I decided to try something different, and as you can see, I have painted the mat here, but I didn't paint it. I don't know how to say it, because I used shimmery eyeshadows. I saw that with people doing like journaling and so on. Sometimes they use eyeshadow to give like a bit of a color. So I was just like, okay, we're going to check it. And I actually managed to retain the shimmer. So I was super proud of myself. So these are 2 colors. It's like the purplish, plumish, and gold. So I mixed them, and then after I was done with that, I sprayed the mat with hairspray. This is something that I learned before when I was working with oil pastels, that it helps, that it doesn't smudge and it doesn't, you don't have like this dust falling off. So I think that it's a pretty good end result altogether. I really love looking at that. So I think that I'm going to use that as a thumbnail. Hey. but let me just like put it here so I can look at that during the video. So yeah, I was very, very proud, and it kind of gave me a bit of a boost. And I am hoping for 2026 to be a year with more finishes and more full finishes, so more framing and so on. I decided to get myself some acid-free foam board, so I might even start pinning, because here that was laced, but maybe pinning is going to work even better, and then I can just double, so have the project pinned and then also laced. Let's see. I watched like 2 videos and I am fully confident that I can just do that. I can do that without any problems. So watch this space. We're going to discuss the details of all the issues I come across, for sure. So that was my fully finished object that I am super, super proud of. And I have 2 finishes. So last time I mentioned that Becky, Backstitchy, that she had the same pattern as I did, and we were talking that we can just like do the sal, and actually selling that with her gave me such a massive kick in my butt that I couldn't stop. I totally couldn't stop, and I finished. So my disturbed women are done, and I will need to find like a lovely frame for that, because I have like a specific frame in mind, but of course it exists in my brain, so I don't know if I will be able to find that in reality. But at the moment I learned that I can just like color, I can paint, I can do other stuff. So let's see. So this is Evaluation Center for Disturbed Women, Ward B, and I stitched that on 32 count Murano from River Hut Designs that I got from eBay when I was in the UK. I don't know if they are just regularly dyeing fabric, no idea, but it was just like perfect, so I'm super, super happy about that. And let me show you that a bit closer. I hope that you will be able to see that. I used my at the moment favorite hand dyed floss dyer. My favorite hand dyed floss from Tomato Lily Creations, and for the blackish part I used onyx, and here I have the floss that was a part of my monthly thread club. So I used this kind of grayish purple, and I think that it works really, really well. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that, and if I find the frame that I want it to be framed in, I'm going to have it framed straight away. Love it. Oh, I didn't mention who is the pattern by. So this is Lucy Beam Threads, and the pattern is called Disturbed Women. So let me just like fold it and put it away. And the next one, my second finish, is my Country Magic Stitch Visit Dagobah, and I finished that, and now I am a bit running in circles because this is going to be a gift for my boyfriend for Christmas, and I hope that I will manage to frame it before that. So, as I was mentioning last time, it was a bit of a pain to finish. That stitching was super awesome, but since it's a lot of block stitching, so I kind of went with stitching by color mostly, and as I was just starting from the top, so most of the colors were just repeated somewhere in the bottom as well, so I was just going from darker colors, and at the end I was left with all this light stuff. These are like 3 different colors here, but all of them light, and it was a pain because basically I hate stitching with the lighter colors, and this really required either I needed to have my lamp like that over the fabric so I could see that I stitched every stitch and I gave the second leg to every stitch, so that was fun. But I did it, and I am also super happy. So now just to wash it, iron it, frame it. First finding a frame. So I'm on a mission at the moment. But this one, I think it's not going to be so difficult to find a frame for, because I don't want anything fancy for that, so it should be one of the just simplest frames, just to showcase the design as such. And then after that, after I had these 2 finishes and a full finish, I was stitching a bit here and there. So with the other projects that I was working on, there was not so much stitching, because I decided that I'm not going to push for anything, because I know that I have a tendency that when I just like have like one finish, then I just like, oh, this is so awesome, I want to finish more. If I had 2 finishes, this urge becomes even stronger. So I was just like, no, slowly, just like chill. It needs to be a pleasure. It needs to be a pleasure. So we continued with a very pleasant stitching. So let me show you what I was working on. Again, I put the pattern when I have the cover photo aside, so I needed to grab it at the moment. So the first of my whips that I was working on is Double Dutch Sampler, and this is Diane Jordan of Sampler Cuff Designs. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done, and it's gorgeous. Again, I am using some hand-dyed and over-dyed threads. I use the reddish and blue from Melanie Tomato Creations, and the gold from XG Designs. So I am wondering if I managed to show you these 2 side by side, so when you saw it the last time and what it looks like now. Let's see. So maybe just somewhere here and here. Sorry for flipping you a bit. So I was just like working mostly on the blues, so I added a bit here, a bit here. I was just like basically finishing the threads that I had hanging here, and I finished U. So, oh, and I finished D. Yeah, D was also incomplete. I was just like slowly going through that. No pressure on anything. I am done with putting pressure on myself. You can quote me on that. And still, this is one of my favorite things to work on. I can just like, I have everything I need in my folder. So I have my floss, I have my pattern, and definitely I see myself more with sorry, I'm just going to put it back. I see myself more with paper patterns in the future because I decided that I need to go a bit more analog. Basically, for last 2 days, I spent like 80% of my day just scrolling. It wasn't doom scrolling as such, but my body decided that it's going to kick me with a super high blood pressure, and it just completely knocked me not out but down for sure. And yesterday I basically spent the whole day lying on the sofa with the cats and not being able to move too much. And I had plans. I wanted to film yesterday. It was like a pretty nice weather, so that would be a perfect daylight for that and so on. Nope, my body decided no. But okay, and I'm definitely going to go and see my doctor and speak to them what's happening, because it was the second time this month and we don't like it. We do not agree to that. Absolutely not. So the second whip that I worked on, this is Long Dog Samplers Pandemic. Everyone knows what Pandemic looks like, but let me still show you the mock-up here. Okay, let me see if I can. No, I don't have it here, so let me change it. Technology. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And as I mentioned before, I started that millions times because I just like couldn't land on a like color scheme that would really make me want to work on that. So I was looking into like different color threads and so on, but I landed on hot pink, and the pattern is stitched with 310. Okay, I just need to be consistent, sorry. So here is the current state of affairs, and on this side we are going to have what it looked like the last time. So I was working on this bit mostly, and it was just like also like adding a few stitches here, a few stitches there, no pressure on anything. And I love it. I love it. It's so much fun. And the fabric is from Creative Hannelore on Etsy. She's a new dyer in Germany, and I am super excited that she is there because it's just like she knows what to do with the fabric. Next thing that I worked on, and again I didn't add like massive amount of stitches, but still progress is progress, so we are counting that. So this is my Caroline Manning sweater weather, and here's the mock-up. Gorgeous. I absolutely love these colors, so I am very excited while working on that. But again, I'm just like adding a bit here and there because I don't feel under any kind of pressure to do anything more. So again, here you will see what it looks like now, and here what it looked like the last time. So let me just like fold it in a way that maybe I will manage to show you the whole one. Yeah. So this is where we are now. So as I mentioned the last time, I got to the middle, and now I am just like getting like down on whichever side I want to. So I was definitely adding a bit of this red orange ones, orange, and a bit of 3799. No, this is actually 3371. So yeah, love it. And Carolyn Manning is going to appear in whole because I couldn't pass a good discount code. And now 2 of the projects. You saw them before, but one of them is like completely changed. And with one, I came back to the old version because last time when you saw it, I was actually struggling a bit with the decision about the floss. So I got a gorgeous sampler red floss from Extra Designs, and I restarted the Squirrels of Sumatra using that, but I stitched that on, I think it's called Silver or something, from Zweigart. And unfortunately, no matter what light, because I was just like thinking about what light to use and so on to see the best in it, but despite the light changes and so on, I didn't like it. And then I realized why. The fabric was too cold. I need something with like a warmer undertone to give the thread the possibility to pop in a very positive way. I don't know what I'm talking about, but what I mean is just like on this silver-ish fabric, it creates such a massive contrast that it's a bit painful to look at. And to showcase the beauty of the variegation, I definitely think that a warm undertone is needed to kind of cut on the contrast but still show the colors. So I will be looking into something like a bit muted yellow, I think, maybe yellow with peachy stuff. I'm going to see. Again, no pressure at the moment because I came back to the old version of my Dragons of Sumatra. So let me show you that. First, let me show you the what it's going to look like when it's done, if I find it, because I completely lost that in my pattern keeper at the moment. Okay, here. So, but here, this is going to look better in this orientation. So these are Squirrels of Sumatra by Ink Circles. I already stitched dragons. I think that I was talking about dragons at the moment. No, these are squirrels of Sumatra. So I stitched dragons, and I have both the squirrels and I have forests, and I'm definitely going to stitch that because I am obsessed. So I went back to a version that I started before, and then I somehow forgot about that. And then when I saw this new floss, it was just like kind of shiny, of course. So I'm going to change, but no, I came back to this one, and I absolutely love it. So I am stitching that on a black 32 Murano with variety of flosses from my monthly thread club from Tomato Lily Creations. So I'm not going to show you because that was just the very beginning, the last time you saw that, but maybe if I find the picture I'm going to pop it in here, and this is where we are now. and I think it looks absolutely stunning. The variegation on this black is mind-blowing. I really, really love it. So let me just get it maybe a bit closer so you can see how beautifully soft the variegation is. It's just like I am praising Melanie every time, and definitely this is one thing that I'm not going to stop next year when I'm just doing only my stitching from stash, and these threads definitely are going to make me very, very happy every month. So that was that. And the last thing, so as I mentioned, we have Sumatra, and we are in the theme of Sumatra. So as I was stitching on the squirrels, the next month, so November thread of the month, came from Tomato Lily Creations, and when I saw that, my mind was completely blown. So let me show you if I managed to grab it, because of course at the moment I put everything on top, but let me show you these beauties. I am absolutely terrible with showing the floss. At the moment I'm losing the floss. It's on the floor. Good that the cats are sleeping, especially Peppa. So, oh, this is going to be perfect to show you on the black fabric that I had. So, when I saw these colors, the scream I screamed. I was just like, this is perfection. I absolutely love them. This is a perfect November colorway. And I was just like, okay, what can I stitch with that? Because I knew that I need to start straight away. And I was, okay, I don't know what to stitch on that. And I was just like playing with fabrics and just dropping that on fabric to see where it's going to look best. And I landed on this one. And this is just, I was just like, yeah, this is perfect. It just shows the color absolutely amazingly. This is what I'm talking about, the warm background. And I was just like, yeah, but I'm stitching already on this fabric. But then I was, But when was the last time I stitched on what I have here? And I think that it was in January. I think, don't remember. Because I restarted on this fabric my Forests of Sumatra, and I restarted that with Mrs. Seda's silk. So that was the restart and the state of the restart. But as much as I loved the color, I completely didn't gravitate towards stitching on that, because I love the colors. But for a neurodivergent person who has some sensory issues, this is not the friendliest thing to work with. Because, and this is what Sam from Slow Snail Stitching said, it feels as if that was covered in hairspray. When she said that in one of her videos, I was just like, this is actually how it feels. And it's just like, that's why I just like really don't like working on that. So I have the full hang of that, and I think that it's going to appear somewhere in the future in a giveaway, or maybe on the like raffle table in one of the retreats that I'm going to, or whatever. So let's see, because as much as I love looking at that, working with that is not for me. And I would prefer that to be loved by somebody and used by somebody than it would be just like gathering dust in some corner of my stitchy place. So no. So I was just like super happy when I decided that I'm going to try using this threads that I got from Melanie for this project. And let me show you. First, if you don't know what forests of Sumatra look like, I absolutely love these patterns. So these are the forests, and this is my restart on that with the floss that I just showed you. So as you can see, I didn't even frog this part because I really wanted to start stitching as soon as possible. And this is where I am at. Do you see how gorgeous this floss is? Just like, I know that the lighting is not like the best, but you definitely can see. So these floss, these colors complement each other so well that I was already just like talking about that I very often doubt myself if I use like the correct color, if I just like put them together in a way that it's going to look okay. With these ones, with this set, I absolutely have zero hesitation. I'm just going with that. So here, this is one floss, and look how perfectly the other one is just like joined with this one. Maybe I will even manage to show you like the segments where you can definitely see it better, because here it's just like up to here I was stitching with one floss, and then I was just like adding the other one, the last cross in this line is with the different floss, and it's just like it blends absolutely perfectly and it looks fantastic. Sorry, it's just my stuff is flying around, so I'm definitely going to be stitching more, and I do hope that next year I'm going to have at least one of my Sumatran projects finished, and then I want to also have them fully finished as soon as possible. So yeah, basically that was all my stitching, and what you heard just falling, this is one of my new discoveries, and I don't know if I could just like call it haul, because I had it in my Amazon cart for at least 2 months, I think, and I just couldn't justify that. It was cheap. It was really cheap. I think that the company is called Millward. Come on. And this is the non-slip hoop. And as you know, I absolutely love my fabric to be drum tight. This is just like the best feeling for me, when I just like have this boop, 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 when I just like put the needle and thread through it. Just love it. But usually I was using the flexi hoops, and when you have like these metal ones, these metal nerd ones, I don't trust myself with them because I already, don't tell it to my boyfriend, already once almost killed the TV because it was flying towards the TV. I think that I would be skinned and just like put outside for that. And this second time when I tried to use that, it just like sprung in a way that hit me in the face, almost in my glasses. So again, not safe. They have like okay tension, but the problem is that you need to get it right the first time because there is no way to just pull anything and to have it adjusted. So I was looking at something and I saw, I completely don't remember at the moment. I'm sure that this is also something with M, but there is a company in the US that they do the non-slip hoops, and people were just like praising them very, very much, but I cannot find them here. I cannot find them here, so I just like put the non-slip hoop, non-slip embroidery hoop in a Google search, and it took me to these Millward things. And this is, as you can see, it has like a additional bit here. Here is a kind of ridge. So when you have a fabric and you just put it there, and you can still adjust it as a hoop, so it's loose, you can just pull your fabric and so on, then you are just closing that. And I absolutely love this screw, awesome. So once you have it tightened, it doesn't move. It really doesn't move, and this is just perfection. I only need to pay attention not to pull on my fabric too much when I'm just putting that in, because it gets tighter anyway. But when I pull that, sometimes, for example, when I work with linen has a tendency to just kind of split the weave, so I don't want to do that. So this is still a bit of a learning curve, but definitely that was a really, really good investment of exactly 12 euros for 4 hoops. So the price, as I told you, it wasn't expensive. Not necessarily I need all of them, because these are sizes that I wouldn't need, and there is like a super, super small one. I don't remember the size. It's just like, I think 8 centimeters, 3.5 inches, something like that. So for 12 euros, worth buying, definitely. And especially that was Amazon. Not condoning buying on Amazon, but unfortunately it's still the most convenient thing. So I got it and I'm very, very happy. And it came the next day, in 2 days, so also good for Germany, awesome. So that was that. And okay, so as I'm talking about stuff that I bought, I'm going to mention here is like a whole haul, because I got myself some patterns from Caroline Manning Designs. It's still today, so if I manage to upload my video today and you watch it today, you run to her website, because she has 50% off, 60% off, sorry, for orders over $50. So I put into my I think that I bought 8 patterns and I paid like 18 euros. So really, really good deal, I would say. So let me show you what I got. This is something I'm just like really gravitating towards, more geometric, easier stitching, but also I wanted to have something that would be like colorful. I just like, you can see the scenery is a bit different here, because I am like changing. I'm trying to create my perfect stitchy corner, and I am very much gravitating towards cozy, warm, fuzzy, and so on. So I'm searching for patterns that could be also after stitching on my wall as a pop of color. I was recently I was laughing because I was even talking to my therapist, and I told her that I wish I was a beige girl. This kind of clean, kind of cold but also warm aesthetics that you can see on Instagram, on TikTok and so on, because I love it. I love looking at that, but I cannot live in this kind of colorway. I need pops of color. I need my dopamine decor. So we were laughing that if I had like a beige aesthetic room, suddenly a unicorn would appear and start just like vomiting rainbows everywhere, because it's me. So I was just like looking at the patterns, and I got a few that are absolutely perfect. So let me just find big sorry, I have no idea if I will manage to see that at the moment, but let's see. So is it showing, or is it taking me to the downloads? Sorry, so just like taking me to the downloads. Okay, so I got 8 patterns or something. Oh my god, I'm such a mess, sorry. Trying to get to the website, and maybe I will be able to show you what I got on the website. That will be easier. And just like today, I'm not the best. Okay, it's not working. Doesn't matter. I bought a lot and they are colorful and I love them. And one of them I can show you because I remember what the name is. So I can show you this one and you can get excited together with me. It's called The Flower a Day. It was a stitch along. Don't know when, so cannot tell you that. But it's gorgeous. If I manage to show you the picture in a way that you can see that. Oh, come on. Look at that. They're so pretty, and just like these tiny things and colorful, and basically I can just stitch ready a flower a day, call it a day, and feel in a way accomplished that I did something. So yeah, and I bought a few that like are very geometric and very much in my colors. There's one that is called Pumpkin something, and it's just perfection. So yeah, that was what I did, and now something that I'm going to do. So I mentioned to you that I want to do a cross stitch and cross stitch related advents calendar, but not just like buying something or just like as I did the Startapalooza last year. I want to stitch on stuff that I have. And when I was creating that, I realized that actually I have a lot of whips, but at the moment there are just like a few that I really want to work on, and I don't even have like a massive push to start something new. And I'm going to ride this wave. I'm just going to take the opportunity to stitch on what I have and take it as a kind of introduction to next year, where I'm really going to be stitching on what I have. So I created 24 cards, 24 cards with either the name of the pattern that I want to work on that day, or I will work on that day, or something that is connected to stitching. So I'm not going to like read all the patterns that I have here, but they are just like smaller and bigger ones and stuff. But I also have a few things that are tasks. They are like tasks that are connected in general to cross stitch and basically to the stash on organization. So I have one new start among them. So let's see how's that going to work. But I have a few things that I am actually pretty excited, because these are things that I knew that I have to do, but I was just like kind of putting it aside because that wasn't the most important thing. But at the moment I wanted to just like use the opportunity and work on this kind of stuff. Oh, hello, we have a visitor. My Miss Peppa woke up from her blankie in the other room and she's just coming and seeing what's happening, and she's gone. So no, she's not interested in joining. So I have a few tasks. So for example, do a whipco board. I decided that I'm doing whipco next year, but I need to do it in a way that fits my brain. So this is the thing. Then the next one, organize paper patterns, because at the moment my paper patterns are here. You have a few binders with paper patterns. If I have paper patterns that I brought the last time from the retreat, they're in one of the project bags. So this is definitely something that I would like to have in one place and more visible, because this is again another neurodivergent thing. So unfortunately, if I don't see something, it does not exist. So then update planner for 2026, and actually I have the stitcher planner. It was from Rainbow Sheets, don't remember, this is like, but it's in a Excel Google Sheets form. So I really loved using that because I have the dates there and so on. I was using that a bit too religiously, and it kind of burned me out with putting exact amount of stitches that I put every day and so on. So I want to start using that a bit more loosely, or just get to update that once a week, once a month, I don't know, because I want to be also better with using other planners. I really want to learn. If you have any tips, let me know. I got myself actually, it's called Future ADHD planner, and it looks amazing. It looks amazing. So let's hope that I will manage to go with that. Then the next of the tasks is blanket stitch anything that frays, because very often I just jump into stitching so quickly that I do not secure the edges, and then it's super annoying, and the cat has fun because there's just like lots of threads that are going around and so on, and it annoys me. But I still cannot get myself into just securing the edges. So now I will have a motivation. Next, organize the project bags. As you can see, I have my project bags, amazing bags from Frog and Fudge, amazing bags from Cross Stitch Jess. I have a bag from Stuart in Stitches, and I would like to have them really shown where I can see them. But the thing is that very often I just grab the first thing that I have close to me to just put stuff, and very often I just end up with one of these plastic things that you can buy in bulk for a few bucks. So I would like to really give a nice home to my projects. Then another one, and this is very ambitious, It's FFO, one finished project. So definitely it's going to be my boyfriend's gift, but also maybe I would try to work also on something else. So working on this FFOing stuff that I mentioned before. Then I have a task of organizing my fabric drawers, because I have like it's a filing cabinet. It's a bit similar to Bisley, but much cheaper. I found it on eBay for pennies, really. So at the moment I have my fabric in them, but at the moment fabric is just like everywhere. But I would like to really have that organized by at least by count, so I know where I can find stuff when I need that. I can maybe even just like get it by the company or the dyer, because as you know, I'm obsessed with Exju. I'm obsessed with coffee craft fabrics, and I am, each time when I have the possibility, I'm buying a regular 32 count Zweigart in like a funky color, so I can just like try doing that. But that's why I need organization, so it would be easier for me to find something. Then, and this is super important, this is researching floss storage, because as I kind of managed to find a way to store my DMC/CXC floss, at the moment, as I have so many of these gorgeous colors from Melanie, I really want to be able to look at them, but I cannot just have them hanging anywhere, because with my 2 cats they would be eaten. So I need to find a way. If you have any ideas, please let me know, that it would be protected but still visible. I saw in, is that Painting Fairy? I think this is Painting Fairy. I saw like a acrylic box that you can really see through, and they have like these hangers, and that would be perfect, but it's pretty expensive, and as much as I know that I would enjoy that, I really don't want to spend like 120 euros on something I haven't touched. So yeah, I'm very much on the fence with that, more on the no side of the fence. And the last one task that I have is preparing for the Joyful World. I think they call it Joy to the World, but this is the calendar by Snowflower Diaries. I put the link under my last video, where you can just like find everything, and I'm excited. I'm super excited, and I saw that I think that the files are being digitized at the moment, so it's going to be maybe easier to stitch that. So if you want to join me, because it's absolutely gorgeous. So at the moment, as I have that, I talked about that, I'm going to take these cards to my boyfriend, and I'm going to ask him to put numbers on them, so I won't know which day I do what. So he's going to decide, he's going to do it at random, whatever. But this is still going to be the element of surprise with my advent calendar. And definitely, wherever possible, I'm going to be filming like a more vlog style, some snippets. And I think that I'm going to either put that into one big video at the end, or I'm going to post it like every week, every 2 weeks. Let's see how's December going to go. There are also some other plans in the making with Steph from Wild Fox Stitchery, but I'm not going to mention that yet because we are talking about details, but some exciting things are coming, so watch this space, watch this space. Good. So at the moment I'm going to go edit, upload, so maybe you will manage to still grab your stuff from Caroline Manning Designs if you want. And I do hope to see you quite soon. It's just like maybe in 2 weeks time. Yeah, I will try to do it in 2 weeks time. Let's see how everything goes. If I'm going to be able to show you everything, maybe filming like vlog style is going to make my life a bit easier with filming and so on, and it's not going to be like it was this week, waiting for like a perfect weather, and when the perfect weather came my body decided that we are not perfect then. So let's see. But thank you so much for being here with me. I do hope that you are going to have an amazing December, and the last month of this year is going to be very gentle with us, or very exciting in the most positive way. So I wish you all happy stitching, and a reminder, drink your water. Bye bye.